Hello again, my lovelies. It's me, Mr. Plinkett. Who the fuck else would it be on this fucking channel? So tonight, we're gonna be doing a commentary track for a movie I think is actually a lot more interesting than those two hack fraud VCR repairmen said it was. They pointed out some interesting things about this film. Things that I think a lot of other people missed. But they still missed a bunch of other shit. So the film we're going to be talking about today is Freddy Got Fingered from 2001. Now this movie is a Tom Green thing. It's not even really fitting to call it a movie. It's kind of like one big long comedy skit. I love how it starts off with this cartoon waving hi at us. And the first line in the movie, or one of the first lines, is that I can see through wooden doors and see the criminal on the other side. Now, there's been a lot of things on X these days about wooden doors. I don't know about any of that shit. But this movie seems to be referencing it, 23 years ago. It's kind of interesting. But anyways, I think this movie's saying a lot of things, underneath the surface. Like on the surface, it's like this absurdist comedy. It's being helmed by this kind of psychotic character. He seems to be really angry and unfocused. Kind of like Tom Green seems to be himself in real life. But is that just a persona that he's really committed to? Or is he just kind of cracked? I don't know if we'll ever know the answer to that question, so I'm not going to speculate. But it stands to reason that this movie is doing and saying some things that are pretty interesting. And if you pay attention, you're going to notice them. So I'm not going to try to, tread over, ground that's already been trodden upon by other people. I'm sure in the wake of those VCR fucks, a bunch of other pseudo-intellectual armchair folks have made, secret genius hidden Easter egg reviews of this movie. I'm sure that, I've said all the things those guys have said and you've just sort of paraphrased them. I'm going to try not to do that, but I might. I'm going to do best I can for you guys. So, we start off with the quintessential sort of 90s, early 2000s skateboard montage. It's like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater or some kind of shit. Now, say what you want about Tom Green and, whether or not he's nuts. If this is actually him doing these stunts, which it sure as fuck seems to be, because this movie was made long before AI, and that doesn't look like a stunt man, a guy can skateboard. He's got some skills, that's all I'm saying. Man, we need Tom Green to come back. Fuck Jon Stewart and all these other people are making comebacks these days. Get Tom Green back on TV. That's what I want. I might be 112 years old, but my voice still matters. If you don't listen to what I want, you're being ageist. What I want is Tom Green back with a new show. Let him do whatever he wants. Let him comment on the current state of the Middle East. That's what we need right now. I'm not joking. So again, you can pretty much ignore almost everything on the first couple layers of this movie. The story doesn't matter. The characters are basically just, shells filled with parody juice or satire juice. It's like when you fill up your vape with vape juice. These characters are just shells that you pour liquid into and then you burn it to make the film happen. You burn it to get shit done. It's crazy how this movie doesn't just deconstruct or make fun of 90s, corny Adam Sandler comedies. It kind of makes fun of making fun of them. I know that sounds like a stretch, it sounds pretentious, but bear with me. This movie's so over the top and it makes so little sense. I'm not even going to try to dissect it logically. Sure, you could point out its logical flaws and laugh about them, but I'm going to try and actually be a little more serious here. Which again, I know some of you might not like, because this is a comedy film. Or is it? My whole point with this review, and I'll try to get it out of the way while I can, while this meaningless dialogue happens, is that I think this movie is not just, a prank on Hollywood, like Alien Resurrection probably was. And it's not just making fun of a certain type of comedy movie that was popular in the 90s. It is doing that. But I think what it's really doing is it's criticizing the entire Hollywood system. Now you might say, that sounds like a bit of a stretch. But hear me out. There's a lot of little secrets and clues and little things in this movie that I notice with my brain. There's things that, keep popping up over and over, like their themes or patterns. And they're not very subtle if you pay attention with your attention span. I mean, if you're under the age of like 28 and you're watching this, just pay close attention to my voice, because I'm sure your attention span's been rotted away. It's basically a gangrenous limb that's been amputated. So, okay, we have the epic heroic montage where he's traveling across the country. He's free of his parents. Oh, he's safe in a car. The American dream of having a car. As long as you have a car means you're free. You can go anywhere. Well, not if you're imprisoned in your own brain, where you're, traumatized or repressed, or you had to do weird, creepy shit to enter into the Hollywood system. Anyways, that's something we'll talk about later when it's more apparent in the narrative. Okay, so now it's more apparent in the narrative. Tom Green is jacking off a horse while saying, "Check it out, Dad. I'm making it in my career by jacking someone off." In the wake of the Me Too movement and the Harvey Weinstein shit, a whole bunch of other nasty stuff coming out of Hollywood, I think that the horse jack-off scene, as ridiculous and insane and stupid and comedic as it is, you gotta wonder what people like Tom Green had to do to break into the Hollywood system, what kind of favors they might have had to do. And I'm being serious here. I know it is kind of funny in a dark way, sure. But maybe Tom Green didn't do any of that stuff you say. That's just me speculating. Yeah, it is. But there's lots of accounts of real people having to do shit like that to get a role or, just to get into the system in the first place. Maybe those people had some doubts, but the money was tempting, they were in a desperate place in their life, whatever. Again, I hate to get so somber and serious about this movie, but I'm trying to say shit about it that hasn't been said before. I mean, here's Tom Green at his epic job. Basically, this is the equivalent of waiting tables or working at a diner. He's gone to Hollywood to pursue his dream, and he's just making sandwiches. And then we have another scene where he's like waving his dick around. It's kind of like the only currency that really matters in Hollywood is sex, or abuse, or some combination of the two. And it's crazy because all these people just ignore him on the little conveyor belt. It's almost like it doesn't matter how much he humiliates himself to try to get ahead. They just don't care. He's even doing sexual shit and they don't care. So he's desperate to get into the system. He's trying to perform all their creepy rituals. And they still won't let him in. And he just distracts the security guard and he just says random shit that confuses the guy. It's like if you keep saying random shit, you just confuse everybody around you and eventually you'll just get away with things. It's kind of like how this entire film was made. The story goes, speaking of how this film was made, that the original director was like, I can't do this. And I have a feeling, I don't want to give Tom Green, some kind of overdue credit like he's a genius. But I have a feeling that Tom Green probably wanted the original director to, give up. He probably wanted this movie to be like his own thing. And he kind of probably did whatever it took to make that happen. And then we had a scene, Jay commented on where it looks too blue. I don't think this was intentional. I think it was just a mistake. If you look in the background, there's a bunch of blue objects, and it's probably just a quirk of the lighting of the scene. That the light hit too much of that blue shit behind Drew Barrymore. And it probably just got reflected back on the camera, and they went, we don't want to get everyone back together for this scene. Just keep that shot. Again, not everything in this movie is an intentional genius Easter egg. Same with that documentary, Room 237. You don't want to give Kubrick too much credit. Sometimes he just makes a mistake because he's a human being and not a perfect machine. Hell, with how crappy AI is these days, seems like even machines can't be perfect. It's almost like only God can be perfect. Well, I don't know anything about that. These days I'm a lot more chummy with Satan. Being that I'm in hell and all. How about Drew Barrymore just like screams at him like some kind of witch or demon? And this guy's talking about Koreans animating shit. Jesus Christ, that's literally how The Simpsons is animated now. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the case in 2001. And I got the famous scene with the guy at the dinner table with this cast middle fingering the audience. Blah, blah, blah. It's already been gone over by the RLM guys. I just love how Tom Green's character just gives up the facade immediately. Like, this guy was actually stupid enough that he was getting the trick. And if you look in the background, there's another guy who looks exactly like this dude. He's got a gray suit with short blonde hair, and he looks like he could be like a stunt double for the guy. If there's any Easter egg from that scene other than the middle finger that's a real thing, it's that they're kind of making fun of this actor by saying, you're such a disposable guy, we put another dude right behind you in the diner or the restaurant that looks exactly like you. Again, I think it's a commentary on how easily replaceable actors are in Hollywood because they're not seen as people. They're seen as like cardboard cutouts or props, or at best, trained animals that can be told to jump through hoops in front of a camera so that the director can make money. Now Tom Green's like, look, he can see through the concentration camp doors. And he comes across like a creepy conspiracy theorist too. He's fucking insane. And he's talking about Batman and guardian angels and vigilantes. You tell him about those wooden doors, Tom. You go on 4chan and you say whatever the fuck you want. I'm sure that'll change the world. And not just get you locked up. I learned a long time ago not to say anything that I think that might be disruptive to society. Because you either get killed for it, or just nobody cares, and then you end up killing yourself. Either way, the result's the same. Oh, baboon eyes with sauce. I remember when I was in the Congo in the 60s, I tried baboon eyes with that kind of sauce on them. It was pretty good, but I'm pretty sure it gave me some kind of weird immune disorder. I never really recovered from it. And then when I came back into America in the 70s and fucked a bunch of hookers, I heard they all got sick. And a bunch of guys they fucked got sick. And there was rumors that the whole thing came from a baboon or monkey blood or something. Hope I didn't have anything to do with that. Anyway, Tom Green, don't worry. Don't kill yourself. This movie's really good. You don't have to do that. Just by making this, you've done a service to mankind. Well, I found encouraging this guy's like, he's like, it'll take you years of work. And if you fail, then you should kill yourself. At least he's being honest. Most sleazebags in Hollywood won't even be honest with you about that. He's like, you should quit working at a diner if you want to be an actor. You gotta start sucking. I mean, you should get into vacuum cleaning. I hear it's a very lucrative industry in LA. Lots of old women and men and, dusty old mansions need their mansions cleaned out. Gotta hire a vacuuming service, so you gotta know how to suck. And I love this guy's become like a god to him. That's the last person you want to consider to be a god, my friend. So now we've got this dead animal. And again, I'm going to try to interpret this a little more seriously than it probably has been. So this animal's like a sacrifice, kind of like the people that go to Hollywood and, whore themselves out to the system. Well, Tom Green's character in this is like, you were a big boy, weren't you? But then you came to Hollywood. Now he's basically wearing this thing's skin. And again, it's absurd, it's insane, it's very fucking funny. I think there is a dark tone underneath it all. And again, you can say I'm overinterpreting or being too serious. I don't give a shit. You think I haven't been made fun of or had people disagree with me in my life? Please, come at me. Okay, so we got this MAGA hat trucker guy, and Tom Green's like, lol, I was just pretending. I was merely pretending. And I love how it just hard cuts to him back in the car like nothing happened. He's just eating a sandwich. Remember, he was working at a fucking sandwich factory. And we got these two horses fucking, and we got this happy family song. And we cut to him gratuitously eating. Like when your parents force you to stay at the table to eat food. Again, we got this gratuitous, creepy sex scene, contrasted with this weird punk song talking about family all the time. And we cut to more food at the table. And that's, of course, after the little kid got his fucking mouth smashed out on the car door. Oh, there's been a lot of crazy rumors flying around about, human trafficking and kids and all sorts of shit. I guess that's wrong. I shouldn't say that. They're not rumors. They're basically facts at this point. With the whole St. James thing. There's a lot of actors that went to that island. I never got to go. I was too old. Some guy named EpiPen or something. Some guy, what was his fucking name? Emstein, something. He invited me onto the plane, but I said, I'm banned from all American Airlines flights. Because back in, like 1998 or something, one of my colostomy bags burst on a flight. And I guess the Queen was on the same plane or something, and she complained. So I'm not allowed on planes anymore. I never liked flying anyways. The booze bottles are too small. I always have to order too many. They don't give them to me fast enough. Anyway, my point is I never went to that fucking island. I'm glad I didn't. Alright, so we can keep talking over this bullshit. Basically, the whole theme with the little kid is my point here. How he keeps getting, like, beaten up and injured and abused. And he's supposed to be this plucky, like, comedy relief character from these types of movies that gets injured but doesn't really get injured. I think that's this movie saying, look how Hollywood trivializes the abuse of child actors and maybe even human trafficking victims. Or both. It's probably both. It's like we treat them like they don't get hurt. We treat them like little props or little clowns or little comedic things in these movies. And we trivialize their injuries or trauma or whatever. But it's actually kind of fucked up and, like, not funny that this is happening. And, Tom Green had to have some balls to put something like this in this movie, but at the same time, he created so much smoke, like a big smoke screen of stupidity. I don't think anybody has ever, interpreted it that way. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I'm the first person to suggest that this movie's actually trying to say something serious about Hollywood and how fucked up it is as a place and a system. Now, it's not a new thing. It's not like this movie's breaking new ground. It's not what it's saying, it's how it said it. He's licking the guy's wound. And Dad just brushes it off like it's a minor thing. It's like, that's incredibly, ridiculously insane. And I just love it. This chick's just trying to flip this little, like, pot of creamer. It's like she's auditioning for Fight Club. Single serving sugar, single serving cream. That's one thing I do miss about those airplane, foods. They give you a nice little tray with a little thing for everything. A little thing of butter, a little bag of salt. Anyways, back to the film. Tom Green's met his match mentally. It's a character who's just as insane and retarded as he is. It's true love. I looked all my life for a girl who was as crazy and weird and stupid as me. I didn't find any. God, the delivery in this movie is so fucking perfect. Not even a cartoon could be this insane and absurd. You can tell that Tim and Eric and the MDE guys, they just worship this shit, but they can't quite reach this level of quality. They sure try hard though, and I like their stuff. They get the Plinkett star of approval. Congratulations. You made me chuckle, guys. That's a difficult thing to do. God, this chick just looks so psychotic. It's so fucking funny. It was like, could we go to a restaurant or a place like that? These people talk like they're aliens or some shit. So good. And again, this chick's in a wheelchair. It's like she's handicapped by the very role she has to play. She has to play the plucky, generous love interest of the comedy movie of the 90s. This guy's so callous, he doesn't even give a shit this guy's injured. He's just like, hey, I just got a date. I know you're here with the giant cast on, but check it out, I got a date, bro. Again, part of the staple of these comedies is that the characters are kind of vain and immature. And this movie just takes it to such an insane extreme, it just becomes ridiculous. I mean, I think it's not just him, it's not just Gord that's reprehensible, it's every character. I mean, this woman's stressed out, sure. What kind of pregnant woman would scream, I'm fucking pregnant at you? It's like I wrote this movie or something. And this is one of the greatest scenes in the entire movie. You got these women who randomly start chanting some kind of South American thing for no reason. Like, it's the baby ritual. And again, like the 8-year-old kid that gets his teeth bashed out and gets chopped up by a propeller at the end. You got a scene where they're abusing infants in this. And again, this whole movie's poking fun at Hollywood and the people that hang out there. And the kind of creepy shit they may or may not get up to. It's just insane conspiracies, though, kids. Don't listen to any of that. It's completely false. Anyway, back to this movie. I think Tom Green's trying to do something a little more interesting here. He's trying to, actually maybe say something. I could be totally off base here, guys. Maybe this commentary is just going to be a boring slog of nonsense that no one cares about. But, my life has basically been that. So I don't really care what you think about what I'm saying. This just reminds me of the Baby's Day Out commentary. This baby's having its day of coming out. And then we got Tom Green. He's got some nice stem cells from that blood that he's drinking from the pregnant woman. Isn't that interesting that it's in this movie criticizing Hollywood and, the culture of it? He's spraying the infant blood everywhere, the umbilical blood with all the stem cells in it, but no one cares because now it's a happy scene. The tone is completely shifted in like an instant. And suddenly now it's somber. You got the whole, it's a comedy, but there's moments of genuine emotion. Oh. It's like Hollywood's a sick machine, but hey, they can make you feel a good emotion. That means they're okay. Forgive them all their crimes because they can lie to you and manipulate your emotions, which is what all art does. But if the artists are doing fucked up shit and then making art that tries to distract you from it, maybe that's not a good thing. I don't know. I'm just an alcoholic murderer, guys. I'm not trying to, wave a flag or stand on a soap bin. My opinions, they don't really mean anything. This is just how I'm passing time until I can, go back to hell. I don't know why I sort of got stuck back up here. Okay, anyways, enough about that crap. This chick's designing a rocket-powered wheelchair. It's kind of cool, actually. I wonder how many more years it's going to take for, like, Marvel or DC to scrape low enough on the bottom of the barrel of weird, unpopular superheroes to get to one that literally uses a rocket-powered wheelchair. Mark my words. I think within about 5 years, they're going to go through all the popular, well-known superheroes, and they won't be able to remake Batman or Spider-Man or Superman for the 5th time, because people are going to be sick of it. And, the Blue Beetle or the Green Mantis or whatever the fuck, once they get past those superheroes, they're going to get to someone in a rocket-powered wheelchair. I guarantee that's already a thing in the canon somewhere. The scene is so absurd. This chick's into like BDSM stuff, which I don't have any problem with. But it doesn't make sense because she has no feeling in her legs. I mean, that's the implication anyway. I don't know, maybe she has feeling, but she can't move them. They don't tell us. The point is, it doesn't matter. This chick basically wants, stimulation on a part of her where she can't feel anything. So it's like she's attracted to like impotence. And it's a metaphor for bad sex. Like she wants him to fuck her, but she can't feel it. She's just pretending she can feel it. Again, it's like, oh, this kind of nerdy, thin, creepy hero guy from these comedies. He's like, I only want you to fuck me in a way that I can't feel anything. Uh-oh, now she's turning the tables. I just love how she's so like accommodating but also aggressive. It makes no sense. It's totally contradictory. Believe me, I'd love it if women like this really existed. Oh god, the fucking umbilical cord's still sticking out of his jacket. What the fuck? She's like, oh, you got some kind of... Oh. So basically he's like a baby, like an infant, you know, maturity level wise. He's still got his umbilical cord on. Of course, that's from the pregnancy scene from earlier. Oh man, that's fucked up. Again, these characters in these movies, they're always immature, but they somehow get the girl in the end, which doesn't happen in real life, believe me. I like that Eiffel Tower series of pictures over the fireplace. It's like a reference to those old timey films where they would cut when a couple was about to fuck to like footage of like the Eiffel Tower. But in that case it's like a crumbling version of the Eiffel Tower. So again, it's all about impotence, collapse, failure. And my dad's like, well, this guy couldn't handle, you know, being a waiter in Hollywood and having to do sexual favors. Now he's back at home again. What a failure. The other son's clearly more successful, but the dad just doesn't give a shit. Now this Rip Torn's trying to prank the son by like fucking with the water temperature, but the son doesn't care because he's got a fucking scuba suit on. So basically he's immune to the dad's tortures. He doesn't care anymore. Ah, the underwater cave. He's playing Super Mario 64. He's in the underwater level. Ah, Rip Torn. They should have let him live in that bank that he thought was his house when he was cocked. He's such a king among men. What a great actor. Tom Green's character's got a point. Sure, he's an asshole, but his brother's a fucking tool. If that's what growing up is, I'd rather be dead. Cross your fingers, Freddy. Bank's gonna lay you off and replace you with AI before you get your retirement package. So now you got another parody scene of like the hero's montage where he's supposed to be like, being a creative badass. Yeah, the music in this movie's great. Wonder if they ever released a soundtrack for this. I'm gonna guess they didn't. Based on the fact that this movie is one of the biggest flops ever. I think that, where Alien Resurrection kind of failed as like a fuck you to Hollywood, I think this movie succeeded on every level. It wasted a bunch of money. It pissed off audiences. But it didn't piss off Hollywood. I think that's even better than pissing them off. They were so fucking detached and ignorant that they didn't even get what it was trying to say. It just flew right over their heads. That's almost better than them getting it. Proves its point. And he just says, I got a job at a computer company. Yeah, the .com bubble. I'm sure that's gonna last. I'll just use the word computer because it confuses you. Because you don't even know what the fuck that is because you're an out-of-touch boomer. Yeah, Dad just gives him money even though he just told him that he has a job. So why would he need to reward him with money? God, I'm so glad Tom Green directed this. Imagine if it had been directed by some other guy. Would have sucked, and not in a good way. Here he is, impotently fucking his girlfriend, metaphorically, in a way she can't feel at all. But, inexplicably, she loves it. She loves being fucked in a way that's totally unsatisfying. Again, metaphorically speaking. All the hookers I fucked that weren't satisfied, well, they satisfied me in the end. Oh, he's such a big person. He's so moral. He doesn't want a blowjob. Who the fuck doesn't want one of those? Now they have to have their tenth scene. Again, it's one of the tropes of these movies. There has to be some fake relationship tension shoveled into the story. So every one of these 90s, early 2000s comedies felt you could always predict the moment when the relationship was going to go through a tense period and then, they'd reconcile it later. Almost like it was like a blatant rehashing of an ancient formula. Not done in a way with any nuance. Oh, speaking of nuance, finally we come to another great scene, the fancy restaurant scene. I like to imagine all these extras and props and sets being assembled. It's all in service to some of the most insane, vindictive nonsense that's ever been set to film. like taking Hollywood's, you know, worst sins and shoving them in its own face. Oh God, this poor kid's back. It's like, hey Andy, would you like another role? Another role in a creepy movie where I hand you over to a bunch of weirdos and they do whatever they want with you, both on and off the set? Doesn't that sound like a great life? I'm sure it won't cause irreparable damage to you. I'm sure the audience will just write it off as a funny gag. You're not really injured, except in this movie he is. It's part of what this movie does that I think is actually pretty serious. Kinda undermines the comedy of it, to be honest. That's probably why a lot of audiences rejected it and walked out. They may not have consciously noticed what the movie was trying to say, but their brains noticed it subconsciously. That's why I gotta give Tom Green some credit here. He has this really thick, dense, foggy kind of veneer of absurdist, Dadaist comedy, but it covers up some really biting, incisive, dark criticisms of Hollywood. Again, I apologize to people who, came to this review looking for some funny Plinkett comedy. I'm doing my best, guys, but this movie, I don't know. I feel like everyone's made a review of it that takes that kind of angle. I'm just trying to talk about what I kind of drew out of it. But, I've had a few vodka gimmicks, so I might say some crazy shit. I'm not in my right mind right now. I haven't been in my right mind since about the mid-'80s. So, take everything I say with a couple bags of salt. Oh, it's his birthday. I'm sure nothing horrific will happen. And he just accepts the computer job without even knowing what it is and starts bragging to his friends about it. Almost like all that matters about his kid is, using his kid to brag to his friends. My kid's doing this. What's your kid doing? My kid's successful. His success reflects on my ability to raise him. I only care about my child as a piece that I can use to make myself look better in front of my friends. What is this boomer mentality? Like your kids are like a pet that you show off at a dog show? Jesus Christ. Do boomers even have souls? I'm not a boomer, so I don't know. My son would have been a boomer, but he died in a tragic car accident. I just love how the dialogue is so, unapologetically expository. It's like, he's trying to pretend to have a job. It's fucking ridiculous. But these movies are really like this. There's a lot of comedies that really do have dialogue that's this bad. Oh no, he's getting a spanking in front of everyone. How embarrassing. I'm sure that'll change his behavior, not just make him more insane, vindictive. Oh no, the kid got abused again by a wayward bottle. Oh, spanking, spanking. Oh no, the Stradivarius got smashed. Don't spank your kids. They'll turn into Tom Green. Only the cops will be able to put him down. Right, so far it cuts to him just being bailed out. We don't get to see any of the reasons, why or how he got out of the situation. Hey, he's just out of it because he's the hero of the movie. Makes sense because the movie has to happen. God, I've seen that a bunch of fucking times. Nah, she just assumes it's like still lifes of fruits. And he's like, well, I've done animations of fruits. Life's a little hectic. Understatement of the fucking century, this movie. She's like, you're working too hard. Such an insane thing to say to this guy who's like so unhinged he can barely sit still for 5 seconds. She's like, maybe you need to relax more. Another one of my favorite scenes. One of the greatest performance art pieces in history. And it's in this forgotten movie from like 23 years ago. The sausage piano scene. So much subtext, so much going on, I could write 500 essays about it. But I'm not going to. He's like, my dad made me feel like a retard. I've been drawing images of him beating me up. And this guy's like, his friend is like, well, maybe you should just, keep doing that because it's actually funny. Man, Rip Torn should just be cast in the next Alien movie. I'd love to see him running around like a dark industrial corridor trying to fight an alien. That would be fucking genius. I just love Rip Torn's casual violence. He doesn't even telegraph it, he just starts breaking shit out of nowhere. Fucking great. Oh, he mentions Pakistan, he's gonna regret that. Oh no, what you doing with this truck? It's got a Wayland Yutani logo on the front. See what I mean, guys? That red W on the front of the truck? That's a sign Rip Torn needs to be in Alien 5. Re-resurrection. I'll write the script. As long as Ridley Scott stays as far away as possible from it, I'll agree to write. The plot would be, let's see. Rip Torn is a retired Wayland Yutani businessman who's called out of retirement to deal with some kind of corporate alien related thing from his past. Maybe a bunch of young characters already got killed, and he has to go in with some Marines who are supposed to be Navy SEALs. And they've been trained to supposedly encounter aliens, but none of them have actually done it. But Rip Torn has. And then, they get to the ship and all the annoying young characters are already dead. All they find are aliens on it. I'm sure it's better than Alien Romulan or whatever the fuck the new one is. That's gonna suck. Anyway, in this new movie, Rip Torn and the Marines would get to whatever derelict ship, and all the Marines would die like really, really early. And it would just be Rip Torn fighting aliens on his own and getting really angry and breaking things. I predict it would be a box office hit. $250,000 in the first 2 weeks, mark my words. But it'll never get made. So now he's in therapy, which I'm sure will solve everything. It always does. Ah, the miracle of therapy. I've been through maybe 8, 9, 10 therapists in my days. A couple of them met with unfortunate accidents. That's a shame. I love it. Tom Green's character is such a piece of shit in this movie. He straight up makes up this whole narrative about, fingering. And the therapist just jumps to conclusions. She doesn't even bother to follow up. She's just like, okay, it's true. Again, every character's incompetent, makes crazy assumptions. None of it's realistic. None of it makes any sense. And we cut to footage of the younger brother, and he's watching like creepy surgery videos on his own. So maybe something did happen to him. It's creepy implication there. I don't know. Why would you watch creepy gut surgery videos on your own? Another theme of this movie is like infantilization. Like how families intentionally or unintentionally infantilize their children. Again, it's taken to an absurd, insane extreme in this movie. I feel like most people have probably talked about the comedic implications of it. You know, oh my god, I love this shit. It's so fucking stupid and insane. It's so funny, I can't even laugh at it. I have no reaction to it. It's like that episode of South Park with the people with butts for faces, where Cartman sees them and his brain just like short circuits. Like it's so funny. There's no physiological response equivalent to how funny it is. So he just kind of goes numb. He goes mute. It's like, this is the funniest shit I've ever seen. I have no reaction to it. Again, I feel compelled to like apologize. And I'm not going to again. For how somber this commentary might be, or I don't know, maybe it's not as funny. I mean, I don't care, but I have certain standards I set for myself when I do these commentaries. They're supposed to be lighthearted and fun. God, could your truck be an uglier shade of yellow? That's the real criticism I have of this movie. Guy needs to repaint this truck. I love Tom Green's pathetic goatee in this. It's like it makes his weak chin look even worse when like facial hair is supposed to be like makeup for men, you know? They say that's what it is. It's probably women saying that. Oh, he's cocked. Holy shit. Oh, Rip Torn, you're a legend for doing this role. I think this whole movie goes way beyond the idea of humiliation rituals, whatever context you want to take them in. This is like in another galaxy. So much going on here, I don't even have anything to say. I feel like my brain's collapsing in on itself. My brain's like the teacup the mom just dropped. There's a giant fingering hand on the wall. I didn't notice that the first time I watched this. It's pointing right at Rip Torn. That's like a Kubrick-esque detail. Good job, Tom Green. You're smarter than people think you are. Come on, Tom, take a swig of the wild turkey. Oh, they even got Moby in this movie. That's a good artist. It's not much music after about 1930 that I find interesting or worth listening to. Moby's a good artist, mostly because he samples artists from the 1930s. I like his stuff. I remember I was having a cigarette at his cafe in New York, and I dropped some ashes on the floor, and then right after I left, I looked back and there was like a big fire. I hope I didn't cause that. I didn't mean to. But, maybe I should have been more careful about where I ashed my cigarette. Or maybe it was a cigar. Can't remember. Either way, the cafe burned to the ground. So again, I'm going to be really generous and kind of look at this movie a little more seriously than it deserves. In fact, a lot more seriously. Tom Green's character, where he's trying to, become an artist despite his challenges, it's obviously being contrasted with this chick who's trying to be a rocket scientist or whatever, despite her legs not working. And it's a very ham-fisted and obvious metaphor. And it's an obvious type of trope of these movies that this movie is making fun of. Those late 90s comedies with a bit of drama in them. And Tom Green, of course, spells it out with expository dialogue. My struggle is like yours, blah, blah, blah. It's beating me to the punch. I can't even criticize this movie. God, that's why I love it so much. Then we got the fake relationship drama coming back in again. It's all over the top. Characters react like they're insane or they're on like PCP, like they have no control over their emotions. Their emotional states go from like one extreme to another. And we cut to this place. Not very aptly named. And again, think about Hollywood. Think about overzealous, psychopathic parents that prostitute their children out to executives to take on acting roles. They don't pay enough attention to what's happening. I'm sure a lot of stuff goes on behind the scenes that we don't really know about. And again, the kids are watching fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre on the fucking TV. The violence that's in the background. It's this movie's talking about. Then we cut to Tom Green again. He's in a food service job. He's a struggling actor in LA, having to work a shit job pursuing a dream that's not gonna happen. Some asshole's like, there's not enough cheese. Then on the table there's like a giant pile of cheese. Like a comically huge one. And it's a lot like Tom Green in this movie where he's trying to criticize Hollywood and he's like, well, the only way I can do it and actually get a movie made is to triple or quadruple down on my absurdist comedy in order to hide a tiny grain of a real serious message underneath it all. And Tom Green's like, if you don't like how I'm able to criticize Hollywood, you can go fuck yourself. Then we cut to a scene from some 1950s movie of a dad sending the son up to his room to punish him. Maybe the son was trying to tell him how fucked up the entire culture or system or economy was. Maybe the son might have had a point, but the dad's like, I don't want to hear it, go away. And the kid's like, okay. His wife's leaving him. Again, right when he says that line about, I never fingered Freddy, then the little Hollywood kid gets his teeth blasted out with a baseball. There's themes in this movie, folks. Pay attention. You'll never find this movie funny again if this commentary of mine has done its job. You'll just be horribly depressed and take this movie in a whole new context that makes it into one of the darkest films ever made. That's my goal, to ruin as many things for as many people as possible as quickly as possible before I pass away, which could be any moment now. I only have a limited amount of time to destroy all the things you thought you interpreted the way you wanted to. Hey, your crippled girlfriend achieved her dream. You could do it. He's a sandwich artist. It's a powerful position. I worked as a sandwich artist for a while, but I guess certain customers didn't like the extra toppings I was adding, so I got canned. And the subway mysteriously burned down. It's just another tragedy of fate. Bye-bye, Daddy. It's like that Sylvia Plath poem where she says something like, I'm so done with the concept of a daddy. It's like a pimp. It's not to say the family itself is bad. It's just, you can take anything to an unhealthy extreme. Kind of like how Rip Torn is currently kicking this guy's cast until it shatters. It might be a bit of an extreme response. Oh no, wait, it's Rip Torn. That's just an average response for him. This poor black security guard, he's like, not this fucker again. Not Japan 4. What the fuck? This guy's talking into a cartoon toy phone. That's a quick shot, you might miss it. Oh, he's got a nice picture of Satan on his wall. What is this, Lucifer's office circa 2001? What a pathetic, cheesy-ass office. It's not intimidating at all, it's just pathetic. Again, this scene comes across as Tom Green trying to say, in order to say anything serious and actually subconsciously incept it into the viewers, I have to bury it in 1,000 pieces of American cheese. AKA, I have to cover it with whatever absurdist crap I can come up with off the top of my head, because we live in a culture where you can't just tell the truth. You have to cloak it in 15 different lies so that, the maximum amount of idiots might glean 1% of what you're trying to say. Makes me glad I never pursued art as a career. What a hell that is. At least with criticism you get to blow off steam. Your art just gets prostituted if it becomes successful. And if it doesn't become successful, there's no point in you doing it in the first place. Oh no, I threw Drew Barrymore into toxic waste. He's like, what, are you trying to pitch shit to Satan? Oh, he destroyed his shelves. He's like, what are you, some kind of Hollywood liberal trying to make my kid gay? And it's like, you may have had more of a role in that than anything else in this movie, my friend. Again, it seems absurd to even take these characters seriously in a criticism like the one I'm trying to make right now. But this movie is so unique and insane, I feel like it merits some actual serious analysis. Again, that sounds nuts. I mean, this is one of the dumbest movies ever made. Or is it? I actually don't know. The only reason that we'll call him Discount Satan, actually writes Tom Green a check is because his dad came into the room and trashed the place. And he's like, that was so entertaining to me, it brought me out of my stupor of boredom. So I'm going to give you some money. Oh no, the zebra centaur people. They're being rejected as immigrants. What a tragedy. Again, just to tell something true, you have to make it totally insane for anyone to even listen to it. Oh god, he's hog tying him? Jesus Christ. There go his teeth. Nightmares about losing your teeth are about impotence or anxiety. That's the Freudian interpretation. I met Freud before he died. He was a fucking weirdo. Kept trying to make me smoke cigars with him. And I always thought he was talking about, putting something else in my mouth. So I said no. Okay, so now he's got a giant shark in his car. That about tracks for this movie. I'm not even fucking surprised. I haven't seen this movie since I saw it in theaters. Laughed my fucking ass off like in 2001. Poor Darren's in a fucking, I don't know, some kind of Frankenstein head neck brace thing. Poor bastard. Yeah, he's like humping the guys in line at the bank. That's so fucking great. He's like, I whored myself out to Hollywood. Now I'm a success. There's such a hollowness to this movie. It's so fucking cynical. Again, beneath all the crazy facial expressions and antics and all the stupid shit, oh my god. Eat your heart out, Francis Ford Coppola. This is the real sequel to Apocalypse Now. Now we got this extremely exaggerated parody of like the reconciliation of the relationship. And it's tied together with a parody of like you gotta shower a girl with material gifts like diamonds to prove your competence as a man. Look, I was confident enough to follow orders and get money. Therefore, you should let me impregnate you. Does that make any biological sense? You didn't hunt down a wildebeest and feed the tribe. You just sucked up to a bunch of sycophant psychopaths and got a bunch of money. How the hell does that prove your viability as a mate on a primal genetic level? Doesn't prove jack shit except that you can be a yes man. And if you breed, you're just gonna get a new generation of more yes men. The fuck's the point of that? I guess if the system's doing well, you want to maintain it. You want to breed people who are going to keep doing and saying the same things that made it successful in the first place. But if the system's collapsing and everyone hates it, why would you breed more people that want to keep going down that path? Be better not to breed at all. I never bred. Well, that's not true. I had 2 sons, but I don't really consider either of them sons. Mainly because one of them's dead and the other one is Ryan Johnson. Now, there's debate about this actress, but I think she was in on the joke. I think she's a good actress, and I think she was in on the joke. And that's all I'm going to say about this scene. Those hacks from Milwaukee already dissected this. Again, these characters act so immature, they act like children. And if you watch some of those 90s comedies, a lot of those characters display these same traits, just, toned down like 500 notches from this. But after watching this movie, it's kind of hard to go back and watch those other comedies. It kind of ruins them. It's not just that it criticizes Hollywood and says fuck you to the audience. It's that it kind of destroys the illusion that those movies kind of presented. Because maybe it wasn't a good illusion in any sense of the term. Now I got Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. This is actually in-game footage from Rainbow Six 8. It's called Clancy Got Fingered. Maybe that's why he wrote all those books to distract himself from the trauma. Again, the tonal shifts in this movie are ridiculous. It's like a YouTube poop or something. All of a sudden we got this seemingly serious, very dark Silence of the Lambs type shit out of fucking nowhere. And of course it's gonna be some other stupid gag. We know that. But again, the tonal shifts are out of nowhere. We don't get warned about them. You don't even get comedic build-up for them. They just kind of happen. So this Tom Clancy shit, it's all part of Tom Green's elaborate revenge plot against his parents. Well, really against his dad. His mom's kind of out of the picture now. And as the RLM guys pointed out, I think they're on the money with this scene. He's talking about the budget of the film. But I don't think they interpreted it the right way, and I'm going to explain why. It's not just Tom Green trying to pull a prank on Hollywood. He hates Hollywood with a vindictive spitefulness. He's not doing this as a big joke that everyone can laugh at. He's doing it as a fuck you to Hollywood itself. Not just to the audience, not just to cheesy 1990s, early 2000s comedies. And he's certainly not doing it just as a stunt for his own benefit. He's doing it to try to hurt Hollywood as much as he can. Not financially, but in terms of its reputation. There's an old trope in Shakespeare's plays where Shakespeare, the writer, or the characters of the plays will criticize the monarchy at the time, or powerful merchants, or powerful people, very subtly through the plays itself. Now, I'm definitely not saying that this movie is anything close to Shakespeare. What I'm saying is that the same tactic still exists today. A lot of artists will be able to accomplish criticism of big, powerful systems from within those systems without the people in the system noticing, because a lot of times those people are stupid. They got there through nepotism, their attention's divided because they're worried about money and other concerns, they're just busy, whatever. My point is that a lot of time artists can get away with doing some pretty crazy critical shit. So now the child of the boomers is showing the boomers what kind of society they're transforming America and the West into. It's no coincidence that the house got moved to Pakistan as a prank. It's not just because Rip Torn mentioned Pakistan. It's because if the West keeps going down the boomers' path, we're going to end up like this. You know, a desert that's not got a lot of like resources or water or money left. Now Tom Green's like, I jacked off Harvey Weinstein 15 times. I learned the art of existing in Hollywood. Look at me. I can perform sexual favors. That means I'm a success. I think the elephant would have been more grateful. Seemed like a pretty good jack-off session. And instead it kicks him. What an ungrateful pachyderm. I love the first question he asks is just about money. How'd you afford this? Of course that's the first question. If you watch Tom Green's other content, he's done some pretty crazy pranks on his own parents. Now those might be scripted, sure, but I don't think they were. He had this one prank where he got his parents' car like fitted with all these decals of pornography. That shit's so fucking funny. I think it's still on YouTube if it hasn't been taken down. You should go watch that. God, this scene is so fucking corny, man. It's been in so many other movies. And the way they keep talking about pride, you know, it kind of reminds me of how the animation guy who, you know, gave Gord's character the $1 million for the animation kind of looked like Satan. And, you know, Satan's main sin was pride. He thought he was better than God. I don't know. Again, it's a theme in this commentary is I'm being too generous to this piece of shit. but the repetition of the word proud and the fact that the guy who funded the movie was like Satan, there's something going on there about, feeling proud enough in your own ideas that you feel like your movie deserves money to be made. There's a certain hubris to that. There's like a Lawrence of Arabia deer hunter type scene. Over the top father-son bonding, blah, blah, blah. Now the mom's fucking shack. Ha ha ha. You fucks at RLM were too much of a pussy to talk about this scene, weren't you? Maybe this is the extended cut. I don't think so, though. It's the 2001 1080p web rip. It's the Blu-ray that I bought of the 2001 1080p version of the film. Okay, so now we get to one of the best scenes in the film. The scene where the abused Hollywood child finally dies and experiences the sweet release of death. Our two heroes get off the plane that just landed from being on St. James Island, and the kid is just grateful he didn't have to go there. Oh, now everyone is accepting of zebras in America. Isn't that great? God, imagine trying to make this after like the whole Guantanamo Bay fiasco. In fact, imagine trying to make it any time after 2001. Probably couldn't do it. But I still think Tom Green should come back out of the desert, stop roaming around with his dog, and make some fucking comedy. God, the American flag. That's so fucking corny, superimposed over that shit. Andy, no, don't go. You don't do that. Oh my God. And they added the I'm okay, which was a mistake. Should have just let him die. Anyway, on that cheery note, guys, the movie's over and so is this commentary. I hope you derived some sort of enjoyment out of this. I think this movie's interesting. I hope my commentary doesn't actually make it any less funny than it is. I just think there's things in this movie that merited talking about, so I wasted some of my precious remaining time doing so. And if you wasted some of your time watching it, I hope you enjoyed it. So credits are rolling. Tom Green's, outtakes are playing. I'm done. I'm out. I'm good. So, take it easy. Eat some good food and chill out. Try not to take life too seriously because it's just a big video game. And I'll see you soon. Thanks for giving me suggestions for other things to review. It's part of the reason I'm still here on this channel. Alright guys, peace out.